America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Where's everybody?
They'll be coming in a second, but go ahead.
Coming
Mark
late.
them tardy.
Yeah, we're gonna mark them tardy.
Coming late.
Roll call. You want to start, John, with roll call?
Well, call.
Okay, hang on.
So,
Are
work
you
session.
still?
Yes, Arcelia.
Yes, Celia.
Celia?
Here.
Leslie is absent. Anna?
Yeah,
Juan?
Here.
I'm here. Joanne.
you're right.
I'm here.
Okay, public communications. And we'll start with the approval of the minutes. Done that first, sorry. I need approval of the posting for November 3rd.
I am motion.
We have a motion.
The second?
Second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And the approval of the minutes for October 6th. Need a motion? And a motion, do we need a second?
Oh,
I
second.
second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Yes.
Now we would have done the public communication. So we'll just move on to,
Reports of officers. Okay, very good. Madam Chair and all the commissioners. We'll start off first with Walnut Creek Nature Park. For those of you that attended the public input meeting, the second public input meeting for Walnut Creek Nature Park, where it was very well attended. We had approximately 20 residents from the community attend the meeting, and we had our architects from Northern California, and they did a fantastic job. The project is actually being led by Monica Killen, and she'll go ahead and give a brief update as well.
Perfect
But I'd
timing.
also like to just thank the commission for those of you that attended the first meeting as well as the second meeting. Without your valuable input, we would not be able to move this program and project forward. So Monica will go ahead and elaborate a little bit more on Walnut Creek Nature Park.
All right. Well, I wanted to thank all of you that came to the meeting, Mr. Rios, Mrs. Lujan, Commissioner Mrs. Watkins, Mrs. Avila, as well. All of you have been part of the meeting from the first one that we had in September. We had this last one last Wednesday. I thought this was a really productive meeting. We had a chance to kind of get a more visual view of what the park would look like as far as in conceptual plan. And there were some of the ideas that they had talked about was additional lighting. Also looking at that one section of the park that kind of has that space, you know, what do we do with that space? The idea of having some sort of like a community garden. I know that Kaiser has a community garden, as well as on the other side on Puente, I think there's also a community garden over there. But in a community of 75,000 people, having an extra community garden would probably be beneficial. We have several schools that are nearby, and we also have Kaiser that's also right down the street. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities for that particular area. Also, the idea of having the bridge was another new idea of really expanding it, making it a really nice focal point for the park, as well as really incorporating some principles that would make the park safer. I know that we had a member from our police department there, Lieutenant Hofford. He was able, I saw him speaking a lot to the consultant, so I hope that there were some really good conversation between them in regards to how we can make Walnut Creek a safer park. We also had in the audience was one of our partners, which is Debbie Enos, and she's from the Watershed Conservation Authority. She's actually been a really key person that has helped us find funding for this project, and I think Manny shared it at the last meeting, that there's a possibility of a new partner for Walnut Creek Nature Park, and she actually sent me an email today saying thank you for inviting her and having her be part of this meeting. And she says she absolutely loves Walnut Creek Nature Park. So, so we have the attention of the state, and I'm hoping that down the road we can get some more funding, because we know that the work at Walnut Creek is not going to just be with the $420,000 that we have right now, that it's going to take a lot more money. So, so I think at this point, you know, I'm going to continue, Manny and I are going to be continuing to work with the consultant, and they are going to be providing us with updates, and as well, I'll include all those updates in the monthly report that we have. And we'll see what comes out of this next meeting. They had sent me some notes today that they had, and we were going to be reviewing them in the next few days or so, just to kind of think about what is the final park going to look like. So, we're really happy that we've had some good participation. I know public input meetings tend to be low turnout, and I have to say, for having about 20 people at the last meeting on a Wednesday night, the couple days before Halloween, it was really nice to see different members from the community there.
Game 7 of the World Series.
Yes, that's right. So it was great to see that. So I wanted to thank the commission for supporting this very important project.
Next commission meeting, we'll go and add it to the agenda as well, and have the renderings here. Monica will give another update in regards to the renderings, so everyone can look at it and update the commission. Now, as our progress website, trying to upload some of the website so residents have an opportunity to see it as well.
Manny, we were talking and we were wondering, is there any way that we can be part of the planning when you meet with the architects and things, or is that not allowed?
Well, it is allowed. We have very few meetings with the architect. We like to involve all of the
Well, when you
community
have that.
Yeah.
with everyone. So that's pretty much our meetings. We don't have specifically any additional meeting schedule with the architect. The next one will be when they present to the city council. But we could go ahead and we could have a brainstorming meeting at our next at our next commission meeting.
Okay.
We could go ahead and then we'll relay the information to the architects. We're about 70, 85, 90% done with the architect at this point. They're going to finish the conceptuals, which is not the blueprints. It's more of an artist rendering of what the park would look like, and then we go out to bid again, and we'll hopefully utilize the same company, if not another firm, to create the documents.
The construction
The
documents.
construction documents, yes. But that's where we're at.
One of the things that I see, Manny, you know, as commissioners for the Parks and Recs, I think we should get involved
Yeah.
to see exactly what's gonna cost. Let's say for the building, how much is that gonna cost? How much more money do we have left after that? The main thing is the building. Okay? The runways around there, we should keep them the way they are. They're natural, you know, walkways and stuff like that. And that's why I was mentioning to her that we should get involved a little more into that. So we can see exactly what's gonna be spent, where is it gonna be spent.
We'll see how we could
The
coordinate
lighting,
other
the
meetings.
security.
Maybe a conference call, maybe at our commission meeting. Maybe they could give a recap, and that'll be a way to engage everyone.
Yeah, I'll
to give
definitely
the-
talk to, because they're not local, they're from, they're up north, but they're
They're
really.
from Berkeley.
They're
Oh,
actually,
okay.
They're Berkeley.
they're really receptive by telephone, so perhaps doing a conference call with them, I think that could be definitely scheduled with.
Have one at our next commission meeting.
That would be
Could you
great.
get them to give you a breakdown of how much each
But
part of the park?
the architects don't do that, right?
No, typically what they don't do a cost analysis per se. They could give us a rough figure, because they're more artists, you know, they're the
Right.
landscape architects. The construction docs is actually what
Yeah,
they give
that's what, yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but they could say hypothetically to repair this building could cost $500,000, but they're not going to say it's going to be $250 for this and $300
Yeah.
for that and da 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 da. But they could say for something like this, that, because they're more coming up with the idea. They're the idea.
So then it would be, who would we get together with? Is that the,
It would be the landscape architect.
Okay.
It would be one of those two gentlemen, either Bob or Rich.
Okay.
I know that they were looking to price out some of the things, such as the lighting and possibly the surveillance system. Because a lot of times the companies, they don't like to give a quote unless they know that you're going to do the job. And because this is more of a conceptual, by the time we get to building it, which could be a year from now or it could be 18 months, just depending on what element we're talking about, those prices are going to change. So, but they had mentioned that they could get some rough numbers for the lighting, which was specifically the solar lighting, what we were
Right.
about. But as far as actual amounts, they could just, is that once again, it's not their expertise to give those, a big breakdown, an exact breakdown.
But since they worked on different projects, they have an idea of what the industry standard is, of how much it is to landscape or how much it is for lighting and so on and so on. So they have an idea. Now, the contractor would need to cooperate in terms of when it goes out to bid. That's a different story. But they could pretty much give us a ballpark figure, like if you're doing construction to your house, it's $170 per square foot. And then it depends if you,
Landscaping.
if you want granite, it's a little bit more. If you want something else, it's a little bit less.
I have a question. As commissioners, when the bids come in, do we get to see those too, or does only council and Parks
Actually,
and Rec see?
everything's public documents. When it gets to that point, we pass the torch over to Public Works, and because they're the experts in the sense of building and all of those type of items, permits and everything else. So it goes out to a public bid. Bids are opened up on the second floor, and we'll notify you. There's probably usually about 14 to 20 vendors there, and the bids are opened up, and they turn them in right before X time, and then the city will say, okay, the bids are closed, and they'll have all these bids, and they'll start opening them, and $1 million, 240,000, blah, 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 and they just write them all down, and then the lowest responsible bidder will get the job. And then they do a background check on that to make sure that they meet the requirements. And then they also check all the subs. All the subcontractors need to make sure that they're licensed and in good standing with the state of California. So it's a lengthy process. It's kind of out of our expertise, but because we've been involved with so many projects, we're usually there with them most of the time because we're very curious. We always want more out of the project than the money we have. So,
I think mine was like, I think we wanted to make sure that some of the things in the plans that we wanted to see them there, right? We want to make sure that are we able to say that we'd like this or we would like that?
absolutely.
I don't know where our boundaries are.
No,
I don't want to
mean,
be stepping on somebody's toes or, that's not your,
That's the only way to do it.
but that's not what your position,
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm asking,
without
are
doubt,
we-
You share with us exactly what you want. And we'll set up a meeting with the architect. If you want ABC, but the architect says we need to do these things first, so we can put ABC on top of it, and then it makes sense of why we have it. Now, I'm just thinking out loud. We would need to create the infrastructure, like the water, the irrigation system,
Right.
lighting, landscape, and things like that. I'm just thinking out loud. Those things might be higher on the list, the fencing and things like that, the playground. But we'll leave it up to the architect's choices, and you'll definitely have an opportunity to talk to the architect. We'll set up a conference call. I think that might be the easiest
that
thing
would probably be.
to do, a conference call.
Because like John, he knows that area, he knows the neighborhood, he lives there. He has a better opinion of maybe how it should be or thing, and I have what I would like, and
Absolutely.
My thing is, don't tear down the building, and I want the bridge.
Yes. Well,
Those
actually,
two things.
Yeah, they're going to preserve the building,
Right.
and they're gonna
Make the bridge. he
they're
said,
gonna make
yeah.
the bridge higher. So
So
there's
I'm
no-
okay, as long
there's
as
no-
that bridge stays.
Is that what?
He mentioned it not this time, they're talking after that, other part goes, where they get.
I
rid
think
of
the bridge. I think the bridge is pretty high on the list
Yeah.
because as of right now, it does not meet American
Right.
Disability Act.
That's why he was gonna
standards.
rise it, raise
Yes,
it up.
ADA, because we need 150 feet of slope
Yeah,
to get down on one side and
then you have to-
120 on the other side. So rather than creating all that
oh,
slope,
true, yeah,
it's easier just to elevate it, and it's right there.
yeah.
So it makes a lot of
It
sense.
looked
to me.
nice, I liked the idea of it being up, it was a nice
That's a
thing.
nice bridge to take wedding pictures
Yes.
and things of that nature. So I
Beautiful.
think there's lots of possibilities. But I'll work with Monica and we'll set up a conference call with our architects.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, one of the
Other
things
times
you
too.
mentioned, community garden that Kaiser has. Kaiser doesn't have the community. City does.
Actually, it's a three for a project. The land is owned by Kaiser. It is administered by the adult school, and the city helps out a little bit. Maintenance here and there, transportation, and so on. So those are the three folks that administer the garden.
Kaiser owns that corner.
They own that lot, yes. Reina Del Haro is in charge of it. She's kind of delegated that out to the adult school, Walnut Park Unified School District, to Denise Tornatore. And she has her adult teacher there working with the kids from, I don't know what grade, third and fourth
I
graders.
think they cycle through, but I think it's either all the third grade class or all the fourth grade class, and all of them, each of the schools make a field trip to that
Yeah.
site.
Of the three partners, we probably contribute the least as of right now. But we were at the forefront 15 years ago when we started it. We were there assisting, but Kaiser and the adult school have really taken the lead.
Yeah, because that garden's been there since it used to be a movie theater right there. Kaiser is, right?
I mean, if anyone's been to the garden, it's
I haven't
come a
been.
long ways.
Need to see
It is
It's
beautiful.
always been a nice garden.
Yeah, we poured the concrete about 5 years ago. About 5 years, we poured the concrete pathway, trying to make it ADA compliant. We ran some plumbing. We installed a French drain, which is a French drain is where the water goes into the ground, but there's no drain. It just goes into the ground. So we installed that many years ago. So we've helped out here and there. We've trimmed trees, and we also,
Yeah, because Public Works is always right there,
yeah,
the outside.
we'll definitely keep you posted. If you don't have any more questions, I'll give Monica a rest and for one, and I'll have Armando go ahead and chat a little bit about the Christmas basket program, which is coming up on the 13th.
December the 13th.
Okay.
13th.
Okay, so once again, we're right now working with the schools. I already said we sent out the applications to all the schools to hit the needy families in the community. They have till November 20th to submit their applications, and then we're going to open it to the regular public. We want to make sure we first target the families that really need the baskets. And then they'll have 2 weeks to turn in their paperwork to the public till December the 4th. And then the following week, on December the 8th, we're right now, like we say, we're working with the schools. With all the schools, we're having a canned food drive. So on the week of December the 8th through the 10th, we'll be collecting all the canned foods from all the different locations. And then on that week, we'll also be sorting out the
And if any of you, I'll interject here real quick. If any of you associate with any little leagues, churches, any groups, if you can coordinate a canned food drive at your location where you may have a contact, maybe the business association or church or whatever the case is, but please help us out And the more canned goods that we generate, and then that enables us to create the food baskets, to supplement the food baskets, and to make them even bigger.
We supplement with the canned food drive, and then we also work with Navidad en el Barrio. Provides us with very cheap items for like $4.50. We get chicken, rice, butter, cup of noodles, tortillas, beans, onions, carrots, chicken. What else? I mean, just it's the whole box. What they give us is probably worth like $30 plus whatever we collect, and it comes out to maybe like $60, worth of food.
And their boxes are heavy.
Yes, it's good for at least 2 to 3 days that family could eat.
I have a question. These baskets that we made, so once the families are selected, we notify them and they come in and pick them up, or does the city take them
No,
to
what we do is,
their homes?
like I said, we work through the community liaison, so they select the families. Then the families get the applications, they submit their paperwork, and most of them they qualify. So they come to the Family Service Center. At the Family Service Center, we write their names down, their phone numbers, and we'll give them a ticket. On the ticket is it's a basket number, 25, 26, whatever, and it tells them a specific time from what time to what time they pick up their baskets. In the past, we used to have them walk in, go and sign in, then come back outside and take their baskets to their cars. The last 3 years, I think it was 3 years,
now.
we did a drive-through. So basically,
Awesome.
every 15 minutes, we passing out close to 75 baskets.
It's
Really is
awesome.
amazing.
It is.
Really is amazing.
Oh,
And
this,
I was out directing and handing them the bill. It was awesome, and it moved really fast.
oh, this
So they
is
come
awesome.
in. There's the volunteers hoping that you guys could help us out. We check their, make sure that's the correct family. They sign off and they go into we have 4 stations. We send them to each station, and they pick up their baskets and they're on their way out.
And they're in their car.
Right.
They drive through.
And this time Armando's wonderful, because I remember the past years, 10 years, oh my God, it's terrible. The lines over there, the people outside there's the park,
It's-
big line
Back in
waiting
the
over
day,
there.
people would, it break my heart. They'd get there at 2 in the morning, waiting for a basket.
And that's the thing that we also enforce them, because some of them have either not participated in the last 2 or 3 years. Time you don't need to be here at 5 in the morning. You are guaranteed
yeah,
already a
hard
basket.
time.
Yeah.
So whatever time you're specific to pick up your basket, you just pick up your basket. And then also they have to 12. Say if you're supposed to be there between 9 and 9:15, you can't make it. They have to 12 noon to pick up their basket. Then we have a waiting list. Then we move to the waiting list. Every year we've close to passing out 450 baskets. So well, that's our goal this year again. Like I said, we're working with Navidad en el Barrio and with other community groups here in the city. Also, we have a wholesale
A produce company.
Produce
In
who-
Baldwin Park. And
wonderful.
they donate over $5,000 of produce.
Yes.
I mean, just out of the goodness of their heart.
It's
Well, maybe-
awesome to see it working. It just is.
Maybe for the December meeting, well, maybe before that, I'll give you guys information. Hopefully, like I said, you guys have family members come and help out during the morning of the
So
canned food basket.
We have the morning of, and then the week before, we sort all of the canned goods.
Yeah.
So we need
Monday
help
through
there.
Wednesday, we sort out everything. Thursday, we package all the baskets, and on Friday morning, we do whatever is necessary. And then on Saturday morning, I get there about 5 in the morning to that location, depending on where the Navidad en el Barrio is giving out their foods. Pick them up, bring them back, and we still sort them out that morning. By 9 o'clock, we should be ready to go, and we start with the first, family. By 10, I'm thinking 10:30, 11, we're done.
11 then,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
It was.
Really is a neat program.
Yeah, and it's
Wonderful work.
well organized. You do a great job.
Any questions?
You need the help, the commission stay there now, for the help or support?
Yes, it'd be very helpful. You guys will help us out on that day. Oh, and also during the week, sorting out. We do get volunteers from the Key Club, from the Soccer League, and other organizations here in the city of Baldwin Park. But the more, the better.
What time do you do the sorting?
We start about 4:35.
Okay.
So we go from about until we finish for that day.
Okay.
Sometimes the more we get people, it's faster. We get finished in 2 hours. So like I said, if you guys have any friends, family members, could help us out, that'd be great.
The student, the formal part, everything does.
Yes,
Okay.
we call the key club presidents, and then they bring in.
Questions? Okay. Very good. Thank you, Armando. I know you have another appointment.
Thank you, Armando.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Monica. She'll finish up with the Santa Claus update that will be coming up in December.
Yes.
Santa Claus closed.
Santa Claus already.
Yay, it's so much fun.
This is just a flyer. We use this to recruit volunteers when we get different service groups that contact us. But this just gives you your information about the Santa Claus project. It's the 17th annual, so 17 years we've been having this program.
Yeah.
And we've helped about 5,200 kids in over the 17 years. So yeah, 5,000 children from Baldwin Park have been really out of that number. This year, we're going to serve 100 students, and it's going to be at $50 each. Everything's going to be the same. It's going to be again at Walmart. I already met with the school district back in October. They are on board with the date. They also are going to be. They've already started to notify the home liaisons at those different sites, the different schools. They have tallied up how many children will be served from each. And it's from pre-K all the way up to 12. We'll have once again the little small children all the way up to the high schoolers. And the children that are selected in the program have not been selected to make repeat children, so that there's 5,000, and then it's Walmart has also agreed they're going to be set up for us. We're going to do anything again where the volunteers come in, they get paired up with the children, and they go shopping in the clothing section of the store.
Getting the senior discount this time around?
I didn't ask him about that one. That one was a little tricky. I'll have to ask him about the 10% discount. Because what happened last year is that they gave 10% discount, which offset pretty much the tax. But what happened was that it created lines to be very long because they had time for every transaction. They had to input our number. And so I need to talk to the store manager to find out if they're going to be doing that again. That's possible. And so I'm going to be looking into it. But that's one thing that last year the lines were so long that people were much longer than typical.
Yeah.
But this year I think we have it pretty much have it figured out how it, help the students, the home liaisons to make 6:30 and 6:05. Last year, I arrived to Walmart at about 6, and there was already children waiting outside.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because,
Cold.
typically December is really cold in the
Yeah,
morning, right?
it was
outside.
cold.
So there's kids waiting outside, and one of the parents said that the home told them to be there at 6.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? And that's what I brought that up to the school district, and so they said that they were going to inform all the home liaisons to be there, have their students there between 6 and 6.
Yeah.
But once again, they're going to be providing, Walmart will provide some snacks, coffee for the volunteers, juice and kids, and they're going to be setting the entrance of the store. We'll have our entrance and Santa Claus. And, all the commissioners are welcome. If you have coworkers or other friends that are looking, you want to bring them along, they're welcome too. Part of any service group or any other groups that might want to donate to the project, $50 will serve. For every $50, there's one. Letters out. Notify the district to really help nations as well, because this program, every year we always get some questions from staff at the school district. See, well, why can't I just take this particular child, or I want to make sure I shop with it helped, and that's where we tell them just donate to the program, and that will help all the kids.
And you could assist by donating $50 and or more or less, and you could also participate by being a chaperone, by taking one of the youngsters shopping. So there's multiple ways, and or if you know of someone, a company, or of someone else that would like to donate, we take small, big, or large.
Yeah, and we usually get
donations.
companies that come out. Kaiser's been a longtime supporter of volunteering. We also had the Irwindale office of the Southern California Edison. They've also come out. SCE Credit Union, they also always send out their staff, and they also make a donation to the program. So any business that you are familiar with here in Baldwin Park that want to get involved, but maybe they don't know about the program,
Yeah.
let them know, because they're more than welcome to help out on that morning. About an hour. It's not a very long time.
No.
That's a long time.
Take some more kids shopping, that could be like an hour and a half. But usually if you want to, help out with one child and shop, you'll be done.
Pretty quick, yes.
Yes.
And
Did you by chance talk to Walmart about the shoes situation? Last year, there wasn't really a big selection of shoes, and it was really hard.
I mentioned it to them last year because I did bring it up, but I will remind them again to make sure.
Yeah.
I forgot what was the response they gave me. They said they had already, that's what they had in stock or something, but I'll make sure that they have a lot of sizes and shoes for kids.
Yeah.
Remember, was it like younger children, or was it like the elementary school kids, or high school
John's
kids?
good.
Actually, it was both. I had 2 boys, and then I had a young girl, and it was really hard to find her shoes. Of course, I think she was just really a picky little girl, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
it was really hard to, and I wasn't the only one
Okay.
that was having trouble to find them
Was it a
shoes.
specific type of shoe? Was it like a boot or shoe?
They wanted, yeah, it was like she wanted boots, and then didn't have the boots, and then she wanted dress shoes, and we were trying, and boots, yeah.
Okay, I'll let them know. I usually before, probably around Thanksgiving, the number of how many children we're going to have, and that way they have enough stuff in stock. So I'll definitely reinforce the shoe situation.
Because it's a good day for them for business too. You figure all those kids were coming in.
Oh yeah, they always have like a Black Tuesday when we're there, so it's always good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's so much fun.
Yes.
It's a
I love doing it.
great way to kick off the holiday.
Oh, it is. It's
And,
awesome.
It really is.
And Monica, I don't know the sister city, maybe she stayed there. I don't know if she say the
Yes,
name
Sister
over there
City
and receive donation.
Yes, I
Okay.
just received it last week.
No,
She can't hear.
oh.
Very
And she stay present over there for the kids. Okay.
Teresa can't.
Thank you. Next
Can't
one.
hear. That's why we need the mic.
Next one, we will have April Nava provide a Veterans Day ceremony update.
I hope everyone received their invitation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
the flyers if you want to invite some family members or friends. And
It's at 1 o'clock.
yes, it's at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, November 11th. And our skydivers will be jumping at 2 p.m. approximately. And we will be having 2 honorees. We're still waiting to confirm one more honoree. So if you do know a Baldwin Park resident that is a veteran, please give them my information or have them call the phone number on the flyer.
Okay.
And we are looking at honoring Anthony Bejarano, who just passed away.
Oh, yeah.
He was a Vietnam veteran, so that's something special that we'll be doing as well. And the Baldwin Park Chamber Choir will be participating in the national anthem. They'll be opening up our event. And I was going to ask Joanne Watkins if the Boys
Girl Scout.
Scouts were available to
I
participate.
will check with my daughter.
Normally, we do have our St. John's troop assist us, and they bring both Boys and Girl Scouts, but unfortunately, they do have a prior event, and they're not going to be able to make it.
Give me your number again.
626, I'm going to give you my cell phone number, 592-0459.
Okay. 59.
Yes.
Okay. I'll ask her tonight and give you a
Thank
call.
you so much. And if you all can join us that day, that would be great. It does start at 1 p.m. on Veterans Day, Tuesday, November 11th. And it'll be held at our amphitheater, right in back of the Senior Center. And following the ceremony, we'll have a brief reception in the Senior Center Hall.
Really is a beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
very emotional.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's so emotional.
Last time they said Monica, they say that us, but they don't know names. And the family is my mate, the mom lives here, but not there.
Oh,
It
yes.
is a,
Yeah, we do need a resident from
the
Baldwin Park.
resident here.
Yeah, but they can come to the event and
she
we'll
say
be
coming?
honoring all veterans.
Okay,
I think they have them all stand or
Yes.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, any other questions in regards to Veterans Day?
No, that's
If
one.
not, then we will give April a quick rest and we'll go to the tree lighting ceremony. And Helen will go ahead and give an update in regards to the tree lighting ceremony that's coming up the first Thursday in December.
Helen, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So I had also asked Joanne for the Girl Scouts for the tree lighting ceremony. So they're getting their mileage.
It's popular.
Well, it's nice because we've had a trend of Boy Scouts for so many years that now we have the Girl Scouts.
What
So
time you want them there?
if they could be at 5:45.
Okay,
The Boy Scout.
So our annual tree lighting is coming up on Thursday, December the 4th.
Nice.
It'll be held over at the community center inside of the gymnasium. And we have the two high school choirs that are going to be participating, Sierra Vista as well as Baldwin Park. We have the young dancers from the Arts and Recreation Center specialty classes. They'll be performing. And we also have our senior citizens who are doing a little small performance as well. It'll be a really nice evening. Santa will make an appearance, and the mayor will light the tree. And immediately following the ceremony, we'll have pozole and pan dulce outside on the back patio for all of our guests. So it's really nice. The whole ceremony is probably only about 45 minutes to an hour. It's quick and sweet and very festive, so it feels very Christmassy. Something that we did add this year that we're able to get information in time is the Christmas light exchange will be taking place. If you have strands of lights you want to replace with LED, more efficient, energy efficient light bulbs, every household in Baldwin Park can bring 2 strands per person. So it's a maximum of 2 strands.
And
So
if you have 4
lights,
people, you could bring 8 strands.
you can bring them on in, and as long as you're an adult with the Baldwin Park ID, your address will be verified that you're our city resident, and then you can get 2 strands per person.
Person, okay. And that's December the
The 4th.
4th.
Our flyer's not printed yet, so I just have our draft that we're working on, but it is coming out. It's going to be beautiful in color. It's just not printed yet. We print it a little bit closer to December. We have other things going on first, veterans and such, so
In the backside, we'll have probably breakfast with Santa.
breakfast with Santa. So we're well on our way. That'll be a busy couple of 2 weeks for you all. Any questions?
No.
We really would appreciate support. Last year, we didn't have very many commissioners attend, so it'd be nice to see everyone there.
That's because we canceled it, was that last year?
No, that was 2 years ago.
Because
The
last
windstorm,
year,
2 years ago.
yeah.
So it's December 4th, and you would like us to be there by what time?
You could be there by 5:45. We'll have a reserved section up front for you, so we save a row of chairs. So you're welcome to come, bring your children, bring your grandchildren, neighbors, everybody with you. It'll be a
And
nice.
if you want to see Christmas carols, that's fine. Anyone wants to see.
We can squeeze you in.
Yeah, it's really gets you into the Christmas spirit. It's so nice.
Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
Okay, last but not least, I will have, let's see, breakfast with Santa update, and April will go ahead and give that final update.
Our breakfast with Santa will be held on Saturday, December. That is the same week as the tree lighting. And it is from 8 to 11 a.m. And last year it rained. We're really busy. So this year we're incorporating 2 buildings. We're going to do those with Santa inside the community. And we're also going to the senior center. Our breakfast is held inside the senior center hall. And we usually set up for over 200. And we have 2 options, child's plate. The child's plate is $2. It includes 1 pancake, sausage, egg, and a choice of coffee or orange juice or milk. Adult plate has sausage, coffee.
How much is that?
I'm sorry?
How much is that?
$3.
Okay, 2 for children?
Yes.
And what's the age limit
Oh,
on the
yes.
children?
13 and 12 and under is the children's plate, and then
How many people did we serve last year? That was like the biggest.
it's huge. Yeah, we
Close to 1,000 people probably.
yes.
We had to go Smart and Final multiple
Yes.
times.
Wow.
We ran out of orange juice, we ran out of eggs.
Nice.
So I'm actually meeting with Smart and Final on Thursday to see if they want to make a donation.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because we do purchase all our items through Final and have ours involved. So
McDonald's used to give the pancake, they don't do that anymore?
it's been a few years.
Because they used to give the pancake mix, yeah.
I should also call them to see if they're interested. Because we are fortunate to be, and again, last year we had Allen Company towards, they are donating as well, and I'm still looking for another office. But they're having a hard time. So we all our sponsors on the flyer, and it'll be on arts and crafts for the kids and photos with Santa.
And that they pay for, right?
The photo they paid $3, and crafts is free.
Have you talked to the police association
See if they're
and the business association? Yeah. Go see Mark and or Greg.
You know, the year I took my granddaughter, it was pouring. Pouring. I was like,
We need it. We need it.
yes, but I was like, oh my goodness, this is not stopping.
Yeah,
They let us in early because we were like out there in umbrellas. It was nice.
yeah.
But it was nice. And last year it was really nice.
I know for a
we
long
have
time.
our staff dress up as character one frosty this.
Yeah,
They're wandering around the building. It's nice.
very nice. You guys do an
So
awesome job.
anybody can take pictures with them?
Yes.
Yes, John, you can.
Oh, okay. That's what I want to
Bring
do.
your own camera. You don't even need to purchase a picture.
Oh,
You
okay.
can visit with Santa and you
Yeah.
take your own picture. You're good to go.
Remember last past year you bring the snow for the kids?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that was a long time
Oh
ago.
my
Haven't had it in a while,
God.
but
Wonderful.
It's
hopefully
expensive.
one day, yes, the snow is very costly. Hopefully one day in the next 5 years or so, we'll be able to bring that back because
Maybe we could get it to snow on its own.
you never know. I mean,
Yeah,
I know, Megan,
we're so close.
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. Okay, man, wonderful. And then, what happened to Posadas?
The posada, I have to check with Mrs. Tarango. From what I understand, she is coordinating it. So I will double check and find out how she's doing it. I think it's her, Terry from Waste Management.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else is assisting.
Yeah, but you remember for last time I stayed together for the Posadas.
Yes.
She worked a lot of work. for
Yes, yes, so
Ahorita.
I'm sure I will give an update to the commission at our next meeting, but I would imagine she'll probably have it this third week in December.
Oh, bless you.
I know you have a lot of work in this time, but you need it's better for the kids. You say, what
Absolutely.
happened is Christmas not only receive the present. What happened is why you receive the present? Find the
Bless you.
kids.
What is this sneezing?
Yeah. And what do you understand the Christmas? Right.
Yeah.
Any other questions in regards to anything?
Okay, commission request? One?
No request.
No request?
So, you got a wonderful job. You work it too much. I know everybody
Yes.
that you have a good person working together. I know everybody for a long, long time. So hard working. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank you. The meeting we did on Wednesday was very informative, very nicely set up. Shame that more people didn't show up. And again, all your hard work. You guys go above and beyond to make us look good and it's all your hard work. So please let us know if what we can do to help you guys make these projects a lot easier on you. No. Okay.
And the park, maybe need more communication for the school. For the, you know, a lot of family lives another side, so they to renew the park.
Yes.
And need more communication for the coming people here.
Yeah, we'll make sure we put something in Palm Park now. That is an English Spanish
Yeah.
publication. We'll make sure that of the park and just general programs.
It's better you say over there, how many parks have it here in Baldwin Park? Because a lot of people I know only Morgan Park. They know what's another park here.
Yeah.
And it's better for the communication over in the news to say, oh, I have it 7 park, here in Baldwin Park, have it this and this. This is fine for the communication.
I think that's Monica and I were talking about that. That's the thing
That's the
that
one.
we want to use for this summer. Highlight all of the parks as well as the county park. We have in the past, but we have the county park, which is across the street at Santa Fe Dam, which is a beautiful park. And we have the new library. That's gorgeous. So we're going to collaborate a little bit closer with the library, share our resources with us for close to a year. We collaborated quite closely with collaboration. So we want to continue.
Yeah, the new library is beautiful.
Haven't been in it
Oh,
yet.
yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
For the kids, for the,
They're going to have an open house, I believe, in the next few weeks.
oh, too.
Yeah, but
Any other comments? We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
And then we are adjourned.